Hey, what's happening everyone? SirJames coming at you guys with another video. In today's video, I'm here to provide you guys a product review on the Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, and to pretty much kind of give you a brief idea of the storyline without going too far into it. It pretty much goes like this. In the Yakuza 6, Kusami will find out exactly how much people are willing to sacrifice for family, whether it be the ones through blood or bond, when he investigates a series of shadowy events that involve the ones he holds closest to his heart. Fresh out of a 3-year prison sentence, an older and weathered Kira will come to find out that his surrogate daughter, Haruka, has gone missing from the orphanage which he is looking after. And that's pretty much where I'm going to stop there, because the story definitely gets very deep, but however the experience from start to finish is very enjoyable, and fans of the series is definitely going to have a great time. And of course, best of all, if this is your first one coming into and you've never had any experience from playing any of the other Yakuza games, there's actually a really nice dialogue where it kind of goes over all the main points from the first game all the way through the 5th title as well. So again, even if you're a newcomer to the series, you can still get all the important information even before you start the experience with the 6th installment. But again, the story overall is very well done. Now, to go ahead and talk about the overall graphics for this title, I gotta say it pretty much blew my mind because there's a lot of detail put into this game. First off, let's go ahead and start with the different locations, and I do apologize ahead of time because this is actually going to be my first time trying to pronounce most of these locations, so if I mispronounce it, again, apologies in advance. But again, you have different settings of the Amarichi. You also have a beautiful sleepy port in town known as the Hirosami Prefecture. And of course, you also have the latest evolution of the Kamurocho, and of course, let us not forget the biggest red light district in Tokyo. But again, all these different set pieces and locations that you get to visit look absolutely amazing, to the point where rather than kind of prolong in the main storyline, you're going to find yourself just kind of exploring all these different locations, whether it be on the main street, in the little alleyways, of course, occasionally running into thugs and beating the crap out of people. And of course, even at times running into a restaurant and getting a meal to eat, just kind of hanging out, and just all these different little activities that you get to do is very, very good. Now, of course, besides of how well the in-game visuals look, let's not forget the details on the characters, because especially when you're in a cutscene, just again, the facial expressions and everything, you can see the sweat and grime. I mean, everything looks nicely detailed. I mean, especially when you get to the close-ups, just it's pure perfection in my opinion. But again, everything visually is very well done for this title, something that I think fans will truly appreciate. Even if you are someone who's new to the title, you're definitely going to be impressed overall. Alright, so next up, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the initial gameplay. Starting off with combat. Combat, as you would expect, is brutal as ever, where you basically beat the living crap out of thugs that come into your pathway. And of course, yes, some of the physics in this game are questionable, but you know what? It's the kind of questions that you don't tend to ask because you're there to enjoy the show as you beat up everyone. Now, one of the changes to this time around is that unlike the previous game where you had a few different combat styles, you're only actually limited to one this time around. However, there is a mechanic that does make a return called heat mode, and they have a portion where basically if you fill up the meters all the way, you have what's called an extreme heat mode, and when activated, Kira will basically glow blue and will unleash heavy damaging combos with his fists, and of course any tools that happen to be near you, which you would normally be able to grab by pressing a command button, he will actually automatically grab on his own and use whatever is in his disposal as a usable weapon. So it could be like a traffic cone, it could be a bicycle, you name it. Just basically who's ever in your pathway when you're in this mode is in for one hell of a ride. Now, of course, besides the awesome combat, you also have, of course, your upgrading stats, where you could upgrade different things, learn new combinations of attacks, and of course, basically, there's a little bit of a grind RPG system here. I mean, not heavy into RPG, but again, there is going to be a lot of grinding that you'll need to do if you wanted to upgrade everything. And of course, you could upgrade other portions of your stats, such as your health, defense, attack strength, and then again, that's just a few minor examples. Now, besides combat and the main storyline, there's also a lot of different side activities to do, which in this case you can go to some restaurants and enjoy some of the nice classic meals there, go on a bit of a sightseeing, do some side objectives, go to the gym, work out, go play several of the different games, and basically just kind of see what's around there. There's plenty of things to do for sure, and again, if you're a big fan of the series, you're going to find that the exploration and the randomness that you tend to find throughout this game is actually quite enjoyable. Now, besides that, again, the voice actors, as far as sound goes, is an excellent. They did a really good job voicing their roles, and the soundtrack was really good, and this game definitely offers some replay value. But anyways, overall, in the end, I'm easily going to give this game a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I do like the addition for newcomers to kind of follow up, especially if you never played the previous installments. Being able to go to the main menu and just basically get all the important information from all the previous installments was a nice touch. Though, even though it only offered it as a reading material, I kind of wished, they were able to implement possibly cutscenes so that way you could watch those instead. But it's kind of, they have to be able to fit everything into a disc, so I could kind of understand that they made it pretty much as a read-only option. But again, if you're a big fan of the series, I think you're really going to enjoy this. If you're a newcomer, don't be shy about it. Definitely pick this one up too, because again, you could easily follow along with the storyline. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.